Welcome to Access Unlocked. I am your girl, Kaye TheTruth. And in studio today, we have the CEO of Street Fame Entertainment and Skybox Publishing. What up, Ripcord?
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, world? How you
What's
doing,
going
Kate?
on? I'm doing good. You know what? It's been a long time. I don't even know if you know how long it's been. It was a Fleet DJ conference. I was with my mentor, my brother, Johnny O. I
Yeah,
took a picture
yeah.
of you and him standing together, and we had big heft. It's been that long. That's a long
Well, we was in
time.
Charlotte, right? What was in
We was in
Charlotte?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, with gunplay and get. That's where I met Gilly the Kid at, and we ended up doing a record together.
Yeah.
We got a
After
record together.
that's what's up. You got many records with many people. I mean, you doing your thing from you even opened up for the late great Nipsey Hussle. Let's
I
get into that
did.
first.
Right. Yep, I
How
was.
was that?
That was dope because actually he told me when I came off stage when he was. I went up right before he did, and when I was coming off stage, he told me, you dope, keep doing what you're doing. But we didn't have that's all the conversation we had. But it was enough for me because I stood there and watched how he graced the stage and how smooth he was and took some notes. But it just meant so much to me after his demise, rest in peace, Nipsey, to even have that little interaction with him and for him to tell me I was dope, it meant a lot to me. I mean, he
Nice.
wasn't telling me that I ain't knew, but hey, you know.
Already. But still, a lot of people cannot even say they had the opportunity to meet him. So you
Right.
even doing that that's major.
Right. It's been a lot of work, Kay. It's still a lot of work. I'm 10 years in as of November well, my first project came out November the 30th. You go on iTunes, you'll find First 48 to release the EP, my first project I put out. And that was November 2013.
Already.
2013, yeah, November 30th we released it. And it's been 10 years, man, and I'm blessed. I'm blessed to able to still be kind of relevant in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? So, because I make music from my heart. I don't make music try to make money off of it, off of to be fame. I make music because it's therapeutic for me, and I love the creative process.
When you talk about the creative process, man, you are a true artist. I mean, you read music, you play the drums, and you sing.
Right.
That's a
That
true
started at a
threat.
young age. Yeah, that started at a young age. I played the drums in middle school 1 year, but I always wrote poetry since I was young, like a young kid. Like I always won first place in poetry contests all the time in school and stuff like that. So you put poetry and the drums together, basically you got rap music.
Right.
So at the time I always played football, so I never knew I wanted to be a record. I never set out to be a recording artist. But growing up in the South, your mama gonna make you go to church, your grandma gonna make you go to church, and that's where I joined. Used to be in the choir. Uh, from there, by the time I turned 13, I started dealing, dabbling in the streets a little bit. 13, 14, because
And that's when you got hemmed up a little bit, or what age was
well, no,
that?
that was later. But by the time I was, and so when I went to high school, I was in the high school choir, Mr. Cunningham, rest in peace. And that's where I learned really about music, about tones and stuff like that. So I'm on a lot of people music, singing on a lot of people music. So I
Already.
sing as well. I don't just rap. I do a lot of singing. I do a lot of hooks for people. And a lot of people be like, man, you can call yourself the next Nate Dogg. Like you cold like that. So, but I started trying to figure things out on my own for a while, making money around 13, 14. And so I started getting in trouble at 18, though. I had to run-ins with the law, getting caught with guns and stuff like that when I was young. So, but the seeds that was planted, I didn't know that they would nourish and I would become the artist Ripcord. But when I came home from prison in 2011, I didn't know what I was going to do. They don't give you no blueprint. They just let you out the gate and tell you they keep a light on.
Hmm.
They tell you they keep a light on for you. They do say that when they let you out. All right, there's a light on here for you. You know what I'm saying? We got a bed and a light. We'll keep the lights on around here for you. So go out and, do something
Dang,
different.
they acting like I hop or somebody, whoever the keep the light on for you. We ain't coming
Well, they
back.
just let you know when you go out the gate. They be them
Yeah.
older guys, the guards, when they letting you out, because they give you your clothes that your family or your significant
Yeah.
other bring for you to put on to walk out the gate, and they be letting you know then when you go in there to change in the little room to let you out. All right, now young blood, you know what I'm saying? They keep a light on around here for you. They got a bed for you. Go out there and do something different. So for me, it was trying to find my niche, and I fell back on what the seeds was that was planted in me. But I had already wrote this. I had already wrote and sent the letter home to my significant other at the time. I told her, yo, I'm gonna start a record label. I'm gonna buy this kind of car. We're gonna have a daughter named Sky. I'm gonna have my own merch. I spoke it and I believed it when I was in prison. So for me to
Mm-hmm.
come home to nothing, no driver's license, no money, no homeboys giving me no money, and to actually get it out the concrete, not the mud, actually have to bust the concrete open to even figure out my route to being on the Fleet DJs, to meeting the Johnny O's, to meeting people like yourself, to working with Gilly, to being on stage with Gunplay, to sharing the stage with Nipsey Hussle, Young Buck, the Webbies, the Boosies, and
Rich Homie.
all that. So for me, it's like I'm successful because I've never been a money driven person. You see what I'm saying? So my story is very unique. Facing 25 to life for second degree homicide, being in the streets, to coming from there to now I got the records Born Black that's
That's
playing
a
on the radio.
banger. I love it.
It's deep there. I mean, I get what the narrative is, like some of my music. So I tell people I got songs you can play around a trash can. I got songs you can play in a church. Because I believe one got to tell his story. You got I as an artist, true artist, whatever the beat make me feel like, it's always I'm speaking something about what not what I seen, but what I've been through. So whatever the beat make me feel at the time, that's how I be creative. I'm real creative like that. So I got, cause I got R&B music for the ladies too.
We need you to
I
sing
didn't
a little
see,
something, something.
I
I
didn't
need
see,
you to. We need.
I didn't see none of, I didn't see none of that. So I
Nah,
will
but we
get.
want to hear you hum a little bit since you got music for the
I,
ladies. You got to
I,
give us a little something, something. Stop playing.
I don't know now. I have to think about it later on in the interview, but uh, yeah, I got a song "Need to Know," for the ladies R&B, and then "Romance" for the ladies. That's out on all platforms. Then "Sundress." So I got records. I just like to create, man. I love to be in create. I love to go in the studio, and I love the process of just vibing out to a track for a second, and whatever it makes me feel, I go in there and do what I do to it. Cause I don't write no hooks. The hook be the whole song for me. In any record we play, that's the most part we're gonna remember. Unless the song become one of our favorite songs. So it's always a feel for me.
So we know you write your music.
Always. Every word. I take that back. LK probably helped me out with probably in my career, probably LK probably helped me out maybe 3, 4 times. Nah, say this, he'll tell me, nah, don't say that, say this. I'm like, okay, cool. That's one of my producers. So, but for the 99.7% of the time, I do write all my music.
Is he your go-to producers, or who are the top producers you like
Yeah,
to
he's
work
my
with?
go-to producer, but when we life and we older, and so we lifing, and so it's kind of been hard for me to actually record like I want to record because I love to record with him, and he's been and getting into the truck and transportation business, so he's been kind of like for the last year and a half we probably ain't been making as much music. I'm dropping as much music, but I got a whole bunch of bangers like in my phone on my hard drive that I got enough. I could put out like 3, 4 projects if I choose to. So we just gonna. What I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work that Born Black record and Need to Know. I dropped both of those at the top of this year, and then we got a couple records that we gonna release in the beginning of next year. So I just been doing singles lately. I don't know if you heard the Pico record. That's a real big record that they love. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, that
But wait a
Pico.
minute, I need to go back to why did you do Born Black, which I love? What made you do that?
Uh, it, I was in Charlotte, and I was just moving around in Charlotte the streets, and I was like, I want to go to a studio. I Googled the studio. I didn't know the guy. He was like, yeah, okay, cool. Pulled up, and this year, and we get in this thing. Of course, Juneteenth is June, so I had to record that record. I think it was like April. Now around my birthday, March 1st, I was in Charlotte because I went to see Kevin Durant play the Hornets. And then I went to New York. And when I came back from New York, went back to Charlotte. And then I was like, man, I want to record some music. Let me find a studio. I found a studio when I had the track from a guy, a producer from Russia that be networking with me. He found me on Instagram and he be sending me beats every day. So and that beat one beat stood out to me. And when I was in New York, I played the beat and I really wasn't feeling it. But when I got back to Charlotte in the studio, I was like, you know what? It just came to me like, and it's kind of like I'm telling about uh black men killing each other. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like what I'm saying. And for me, it was a first hand thing because I'm not a victim of that, but I feel a victim of doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Of not, I was a young guy. I was 26 at the time, and I didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I'm letting people know, like, yo, we killing each other off for no reason, basically. But America set it up that way. Uh, this is what they want. So we got to be wise enough to understand. So for me, when I say it was firsthand, it was firsthand. You know, hustling in the streets, somebody robbed you, now you got to do something to them. Uh, and at the time, Alabama didn't have a self defense. So it kind of go back to what I was telling you about me being in the streets. That's kind of like what I went through. And God blessed me where they got to reduce to manslaughter, and I did like 4 years on 7. But uh, at the time, Alabama didn't have a stand your ground.
Mm.
Because I didn't actually have a firearm. It was his firearm. Wrestled over the gun, went off. The man died. Rest his soul. But that was because of what I was doing. I was in the streets, which is what led to
Right.
the situation. So, and being in the streets, not growing up, 6 kids in a household, no dad, stepdad on crack, uh, beating on my mom. I went through a lot. So
Yeah.
I had that zero tolerance mentality. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it is what it is. I learned from it. I moved on from it. I've created something. I talk to the youth. I've talked to the Danny Project in Birmingham. I'm part of Father to Father in Nashville with the school systems. So I do a lot of other things to let people know about the position you put yourself in can also lead to your demise. You might think I'm just out here hustling, just doing this. I ain't gonna get no training about, but no, you're in the wrong position. So that's what I'm on, man. And that Born Black record, I wish that I can get it to the DJs and they just play it, man, like, cause it's a deep record.
Right. So by you doing all this community work and working in the community, try to bring I guess awareness and also awareness to which is all we're already aware about the black
We're
on black
aware.
violence and all that
It's
stuff,
just I think
but
it's
you're
just
more of an activist. Like I call you a
I'm
community.
getting to I'm getting to that point in my life, stage in my life where music is just something for me, therapeutic. And if I put it out on the if I distribute it, I distribute it. If I don't, when I make music, it's more therapeutic for me. But
But is that what makes you the son of Birmingham, the self-proclaimed son of Birmingham?
yeah, I mean, a lot of work I do a book bag drive annually. I didn't do it last year, but most of the time I do a book bag drive. I cook for me and my mom. My mom is a pastor. She got a church where she had a church. She just retired. She's been pastoring like 20, 23, 24 years. I didn't grow up a PK, but she started pastoring about 20, half of my life. So we do like food. We cook for the community, give kids free food all day. So I do a lot of work at like I said, the Danny Project. I go around the high schools and talk to the guys and sometimes the girls and let them know about choices. That, what I'm saying, the choices they're gonna be facing with and the decisions and the choices. So I take my experience. I use myself as a vessel. Like that's what God want me to do. That's my kind of my way of ministering, like in a sort of a way. But it's just all about giving back, man, and each one teaching one. I was always raised that, you know what I'm saying? Reach back,
Wow.
reach back and teach somebody. If one person hear my story and be like, well, I don't want to go that route, I did my job.
Hmm. Okay, so tell us which I want to go back to some of your accomplishments, but one of them I want to focus on is coast to coast. When I say coast to coast in the music industry, what does that mean to you?
Coast to coast. That was like you performance competition thing they had. I don't know if he still do it or not. I think I seen it last year sometime, but it was a
Hmm.
competition thing he had in each city, like each major city in the United States, and it was just called Coast to Coast. And I came in second place, which I should have got first place. But DJ Bigger Rankings were there and a couple of other prominent DJs in the industry. But I'm always performing. I'm always open to perform. It's not always about the money for me. Of course, everybody want to get paid off their what they got to do. But if I can get there and perform, I will. So I did do second place in that. And
Coast to coast was the thing. So to
yeah, it
come
was.
in second place for coast to coast, that's major because they
Well,
had artists all over the world.
yeah, they
And they
do.
did they thing even I think that one time they was even in Europe or maybe still there. So when
Yeah,
you
he
say
might be
you
still there.
came in second, that's major.
It's a major accomplishment coming from a guy coming from prison 3 years prior. Yeah, it is.
Right.
With a dream, you know what I'm saying, with ambition and drive. So I also did when I did met Gilly the Kid at Fleet DJs, and I told him we would work, and I followed him on Instagram. 2 years later, he had a birthday party, And I was like, yo, I'm gonna come up there. I see you got asking people who if they want to perform at your birthday party. I didn't know it was a competition. I fly all the way to Philly. I get to Philly, it's like 60 artists. The crowd is crazy. I'm the only one from the South. Everybody's East Coast, and I end up and what the prize he gave away was you do a song with him, you come back record a song with him and do a video with him, and I did that. I end up winning it. So for me, I've done stuff, and I know me, I can perform with anybody in the industry right now. Like you can listen
Wow.
to my music, and you can say, okay, he's a pretty decent artist, but when you see me perform, you'll get the whole Ripcord thing, cause the
Yeah.
energy is second to none.
Why
Cause
the name Ripcord?
I got that name in the streets. They gave me that name in the streets, and I just like when I was thinking like, okay, what name we use? I was like, well, I just use Ripcord. You know,
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah. They
So
say I
tell,
go. They say I go from 0 to 80, like the cord, that Ripcord on the parachute.
yeah.
They say I go from 0 to 1,000 quick.
Well, when I met you, you was still just chilling. You,
I'm always
hey,
cool. Long as
yeah,
don't nobody, long as don't nobody bother me, because I'm not gonna bother anybody. I'm cool.
right on, right
I'm
on.
laid back. I'm laid
I
back.
definitely enjoyed your energy. You always a good dude.
Yeah. I
So
want to see
tell us
everybody.
about Street Fame Entertainment and Skybox Publishing.
I just believe in entrepreneurship. Ever since I've been out in the streets hustling, I've always been my own boss. I never wanted nobody to front me nothing. Like I don't want to have to owe you. I don't want you looking for me if I ain't got the money. I messed the money up and nothing. So I took the same. That's what street fame is. Like we growing up, we all want. You know how the guys in the hood, because I'm from the west side of Birmingham. We all want to be like hood famous. Like everybody, we wanted everybody to see our cars, want everybody to know us. So we wanted street fame. So I took it because I allow me chasing street fame to get me in prison. So when I came home, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna call it street, because at first I was gonna go with New Money Entertainment, but then ended up going with Street Fame. Still got the letter that I wrote to my significant other at the time. I still got that letter. Like I'm gonna start a record label. It's gonna be called New Money Entertainment. I'm gonna do this. I still got the letter to this day. So yeah, street fame come because that's what we all was chasing, and it led us into a lot of hard time. A lot of my homies still locked up, and so I just took it and like I'm gonna keep going to street fame to the end. It's right there on my arm
Right
right.
on.
You
I
see it?
see, and I seen you have Street Fame gear,
Yeah,
right?
I got Street Fame Wear LLC. The website, I'm gonna launch the website this spring coming up with the Born Black, because I'm gonna relaunch the record. Well, not relaunch, but I'm gonna drop a video for it during Black History Month with the merch, and the website will be launched then. That's around February.
Do you think you'll add additional artists to the Street Fame Entertainment,
I
or will you be
had
the only
artists. They
one?
don't, man. These kids nowadays, these younger people, they
Like
not focused.
babysitting?
Like you, it's like you wasting your money. It's like you're wasting your money. I've had China Rose. I've had Kid 205. I've had Nana Baby. I've had artists that I've worked with actually wrote songs for, and they've actually put songs out. And then they just one got pregnant, the other dude just went to jail. So it's like I don't waste no more energy on that now. You know, I just try to focus on being creative in the way I can be creative. And I also got a comedy brand called Come Laugh.
Oh,
Uh,
you wait a minute. Are you telling the jokes?
nah, I
Oh,
put
you just have
the
okay.
production. I do the whole production.
Oh, that's
Uh,
dope.
Since 2018. Yeah, it's called Come Laugh. You can follow it on Come Laugh on Instagram, Come Laugh LLC, and then on Facebook, Come Laugh. Uh, COVID shut me down. We just started back October. This will be our third show in January. Do the first Sunday of the month. I did October, then I skipped November because of Thanksgiving and all that, and then we did December the 3rd, and then we're doing January the 7th. So I bring comedians from the Southeast to Birmingham, and we put on a show to put a show together, man. And I sit back and watch and laugh, and you know what I'm saying, and giving a platform. I wanted to give a platform to one of my homeboys. He was a comedian, and he was going through the same thing I was going through in the music industry, like where I wanted to perform, but it wasn't a platform for me to perform without people trying to charge me. You know, when I was up and coming, so I just created the same thing for comedians. So any comedian out there, you want to come to Birmingham and perform, get in touch with me, man.
Just tell them your social media so they can make sure they get in.
At Ripcord Bama Boy. At Ripcord Bama Boy.
Okay. Well, you know what I like to do on Access Unlock the show? I like to put people on a hot seat. I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
So, with you being a seasoned artist, hot
Mm-hmm.
seat question number one: what advice will you give? Would you would like to give up and coming artists?
Stay true to yourself. Always work on your craft. Always try to find ways to get better. For me to say to give an example for me, at first I just always had the raspy rap voice when I went in the booth. Then I kind of like started realize I could manipulate my voice, and that's when I felt like I found myself because you know different tones, different monotones, different pitches, all that. So I started realizing my vocals was a tool. My voice is a tool. It's an instrument. So
Mhm.
when you hear me perform, if you go back to Born Black, you hear me doing the hook, singing on it and stuff like that. You can see I went from telling the story of why I felt like being born black in America into singing about Martin Luther King and uh, 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 Huey Newton and Malcolm X, that part, my voice is totally different. You'll think it's somebody else because people ask me all the time, who was that when I play it for them? Big shout out to Special ENT up in New York. One of my guys, man. He's very heavy in the industry. Big shout out to Kevin Lyles. He look out for me, man. I got a lot of things that I'm finna get ready to do. So
Alrighty.
yeah. But I would just tell them to stay true to themselves and hone their craft.
Alrighty. Hot seat question number two: with you being in Birmingham, Alabama, and you being a community leader, what are two things you would like to see changed in the Birmingham area, and why?
The violence, uh, that's pretty much in every major city, predominantly black city. Because we're killing each other off at a rate that's really just it's disturbing. But it was designed. I understand it was designed like that to have our mentality like that. Uh, because I was once a product of that. So I get it.
Mhm.
Uh, and opportunities. I think the opportunities for black men to actually provide for their family if you don't have a degree or you don't in a certain situation is very far. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very, very the gap of the guys that do have the opportunity because they did go to college and do the right thing. They had the right proper structure or the proper
Mhm.
support system for the guys that didn't or chose the wrong route. I feel like everybody should have equal opportunities. Like I can run a Fortune 500 company. I started my own company with $0. What you think I could do if somebody gave me a budget
Right
of
on.
$300 million budget to run $50 million budget to run a company, and especially if the company's already set up, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah, those two things would be very important to me.
Hot seat question number three: if you had to work with two artists, who you choosing and why?
Dead or alive, or just alive. I have to work with them now.
You know what? We're gonna do dead or alive, D or A.
Tupac because that's one of my favorite artists, of course, but he made music that had feel and a meaning to it. And a lot of times today, I listen to some of music like it sounds good in the club, it make you bob your head, but it don't have no meaning or feel to it. And who else I would want to do a song with? Probably Honeycomb Brazy out of Birmingham, out of Mobile, Alabama. Feel like we got some of the same principles, some of the same morals. So yeah, Honeycomb Brazy. Big shout out to Honeycomb Brazy down in Mobile, Alabama.
Okay. Another hot seat question: is voting important? Important? Do you think voting counts, matters?
We
Some people
thought
say
it
they
did.
don't.
We was told it did, but it don't make a difference. Do it count? I think the things that our ancestors fought for us to do, I think that makes it count. But it's not. It don't make a difference, man. It's gonna be left up to us to make a difference. I just want to see black people unify, man. Like the Jewish community, the Asian community. You see 8 Mexicans living together until they can prepare
Mhm.
themselves. You can't get two cousins to live together and do right. So I just want to see black people unify, like get together. Like we got enough influence and financial gain right now through hip hop that we can start our own banking systems, our own grocery stores, our
Right
own new Black
on.
Wall Street, and we won't do it. We got billionaires, man. We got a lot of billionaires, a lot of people that got 500, 400, 300 million. But we as black, we've been trained mentally to be selfish like that. You get out and you turn your back. I get out, I turn my back. She get out, she turn her back. It's just and it's sad that we it's just that way. Like even for me, if I got enough family, friends, and homies that every time I throw a comedy show, it should be standing room only. But it don't
Right.
work that way. It don't work that way. It don't. They don't even the family and friends don't even come out. So that's what I mean by supporting each other. And you talking about a comedy show, something that make people laugh. I ain't talking about rap music. You talking about something that make people laugh and get them some time away from the stress of the everyday life. And we can't even get people to do that.
I so dislike the fact that well, first of all, everything you said, I 1,000% agree with. I dislike the fact that you might like your comedy show. I build it or it's mine. My people know it's mine. They don't support me, but somebody else has a new comedy show. Everybody there. Why we can't support each other? That's
They'll
the whole problem. They'll go support somebody they don't even know.
don't even know. Go over to the white to start in Birmingham, and I'm not knocking start on. They'll go over there and get them $30, $40. When I say $20 and I got 4 or 5 comedians, they look at me like I'm crazy. I'll be like,
They'll say that's too much or
that's
want
too
a
much.
discount off the
No,
$20.
or because I don't own the building, come through the back door with the owner of the
Right.
building. So we as black folks, we got to stop that. And these be the same people I sit around. I go support their venues or their endeavors. And I'm not a hypocritical guy. I'm not a tit for tat guy. So I still continue to support them because I believe in what I believe in. And whatever God got for you, you're gonna get in the house. So it can't no man or woman stop that. So you just have to keep
Mhm.
going until your time comes and stay positive and and keep trying to build with people that got a likeness of what you trying to
Like-minded people,
like
yeah.
minded people. Yeah.
Okay, see, that wasn't bad for the hot seat, was it?
No, the hot seat was cool. I wish we had one more. You ain't got now another one?
Let me come up with it. Come up with it.
You ain't
What
got
you
now?
know what? I'm gonna give you a regular hot seat question. Where do you see Ripcord in the next 5 years? What's going on?
Multi-millionaire, my clothing line, my comedy show gonna be really booming. Real estate gonna pick all the way up. Uh always a great father. So, you know, I just see everything that I'm doing, I'm gonna keep seasoning it until it get done and marinate, let it marinate, and it's gonna everything gonna come together. That's a lot of things like we don't be patient. We don't have no patience. We want overnight success because we seen somebody else have overnight success. We got to keep on working, keep grinding. So that's where I'm at with it. As long as I'm paying the lights on around here and I'm eating, I'm all right.
Alrighty. Now I'm gonna have an off the wall social media hot question.
Okay.
Do you think social media plays a major part in the way dating is today,
Yes.
and why?
I think everybody. And I'm not just gonna talk about my black sisters, but I really think that the perception, the is they get a perception of what they see. That's
The
how
BBLs are killing y'all, killing them, not me.
it's killing them. I'm just saying, but that's the perception of. Listen, every man is not in position to take care of you, but every
Right.
man is in position to love you unconditionally if he's mentally fit for that. But every man can't. Some men might have to go 50-50. You might have to handle it for 2, 3, 4, 6 months, a year. He might maybe only be able to do certain things, but if he's a great father, he's a great nurturer, and he have drive, ambition, and is making an effort to put himself in position to take care of you, then that should be enough. But we've got away from that. It's social media. I ain't going to 50. I ain't doing this. It ain't about that. It's about we trying to run a household. If I got to do it, I'm gonna do it. If you got to do it, you should do it. You get what I'm saying? So I just think that's the social media play a part in that. But other than that, I just post and get off them for real. I don't show my life. I don't show how I'm living, what I'm driving, where I'm at. I post little clips every now and then. When I go certain places, I don't try to be all out there. If you go down my page, you'll see it. It's because it don't matter. Like it, that's those for people that's really trying to be seen.
I totally agree. And I get tired of going on my Instagram.
And
And
see,
when I open my Instagram, all I see is booty. I'm like,
that's
why am
it.
I seeing these people walk
That's it.
around shaking it?
That's the
Is my
condition.
Instagram the only one like that, or you see that too?
I know I see it too, but that's the condition. That's part of the conditioning. They want the black woman to sell her body. That's part of the all this
Yeah.
stuff. All this stuff has been all this. This ain't new. This has been part of their plan. When I say their, y'all know who I'm talking about. This has been part of their plan from the get go. At first, it was it was what? Let me see. I don't want to go back too far, but just take the crack bill. Why y'all just putting the black people? Crack was in the black neighborhood. It was an epidemic in the black neighborhood. Y'all put all them in jail. Now the opioids, that's in the white killing the white people. They sending them to rehab. They're not sending them
Yeah,
to prison when
no,
they get caught
no.
with it. So it was designed to script the man from the lady. Now the lady frustrated. The black lady, she's frustrated because the black man is gone. So now the women got to be the strong person. No, so now that I got to work and be the strong person, I don't need you, black man. I don't need, and that all this was
And there's
all
a shortage of black men too,
it's
because
a
some of the
shortage of
black
so
men
that
like
makes
the
it
black
even worse.
men.
So that makes it even worse. So
Yeah,
now they want to push the lesbian and the gay thing out there to even
yeah,
stop us from procreating. And we don't see that. We don't see that as a black people. It be fucked
yeah.
up. Cause you have some good dudes that get done wrong by some women because they want to be with other women. Or you have some good women that get messed up because dudes are gay. It's just and you see it on TV. They play it, and I don't want to get too deep in it because
Now I was waiting on you to get into that.
yeah, I don't want to get too
That's
deep
why I
because
said you the women. It's a shortage of men because the men like men. That's what
right,
I was
right.
saying.
That's true.
And they
That's
put it
true. But
out
then
there.
what about the women that got a good dude that take care of their kids and pay bills and stuff? What about them leaving the dude because she want a woman? So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
all
it's
the
all
part of
mixed up.
their agenda. It's all a part of their agenda, and that's one thing. That's what a Ripcord and a Tupac and a Scarface and who else I can name? My boy Keith Wallace out of Miami. People that got their third eye open that really understand what's going on out here, man.
Yeah.
So you
What?
got to
Oh, go
understand.
ahead.
I'm not saying you got to understand. You got to really understand what the objective is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to know when we talk about the 50-50, which I agree to that, what you were saying about that too. Everybody is not capable of doing 50. I mean, going full. They might
Right.
have to do 50-50 in a
Yeah.
relationship because everybody's not um
Right.
at the same place. And some of these women, I think, they want a lot and they have nothing. You want a
Them
man
the
to have
worst ones.
$100,000 and you
You
living at home with your mama.
right.
But I'm not gonna even go too far on that. So
Right.
how would you handle the situation like I've seen multiple on social media where the women go out to date with a man or the one lady what is it, a couple of months ago or last
I
month,
seen her talking about she ain't
cheesecake
want to go cheesecake
was too cheap for her, so she
because
didn't want to go on a date, or the lady that had the 48 oysters.
she ain't
How
want to
would
go to
you
cheesecake. The one that said she ain't want to go to no cheesecake factory.
yeah,
I just
all that.
how would I deal with it? I wouldn't holler at her no more. It'll be over with. Okay,
Oh,
go on. It's so many women out here. It ain't that serious. Go ahead, baby. Cause see, here's some women out here going 100% by themselves.
right on.
So they would love a dude, excuse my French, to come in and say, I can go half, I can go 60%, I can go 70-30. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes a lot to run a household. So, and there's some brothers out here that's doing it all on their own that a young lady might come in and say, you know what? I'll do this, do this, do that. That might take him down from 100% to 70%. So
Right.
he's able to put into saving. See, they want to save their money, all their money in shop, but they don't want us to be able to do none of that. You don't want us to be able to put our money up in shop. You know what I'm saying? So it's just you got to find the right person that fits you, that understand the agenda, and you got to have goals and set goals with each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't
Mhm.
just be shacking up and live with each other and y'all don't have an agenda together or goals together. So, you know, I
Well,
think
I'm
all
gonna get
of that.
on the men a little bit because I agree with everything you said about the women. But we
Right,
do have
no,
these
but
homosexuals out here that want to play PlayStation all day
but
and
them,
don't want to go to
but
work, and the women taking
at
care
a
of
certain
them.
age, what woman want to see a dude sitting up playing a PlayStation?
I
Like
know.
I'm not no game. I ain't played no games since I was 16, 17. So I don't know nothing about that. But I'm just saying, like, what woman want to sit up and see a guy? She walk home from work and he end up playing. The first time nigga do that, she both tell him, "Hey, this ain't what I signed up for."
But I think some women are okay with it because it's nothing wrong when a man play PlayStation if he
It
going
is
to
if
the
he ain't
job
got
and he
no
coming out
money.
to
It is if
relax.
he ain't got.
No,
It is
no,
if
I
it
said if
is.
he go to the job and come home and relax, and that's his outlet
Right.
for
Okay. Well, I
relaxation.
get that. We talking about the ones that don't want to
But
do.
I'm saying some women just want a man to say they got a man. So they don't care if he playing PlayStation or not. She gonna take whatever and
Ain't that what
pay
Oprah
him
did? Ain't that what Oprah doing?
with Stedman.
Yes.
But I think she got Stedman working a little bit, do she?
Well, she probably ain't got Stedman doing this. She got the money already. I can see if the woman got the money, she tell dude, you run the house. Then if they agree upon that, that's what they agreed upon. That's why I say
I'm
you
gonna
gotta
tell you this: I'm
you
not
gotta have
taking
a
care of no
conversation.
man. We can take care of each other.
Right.
I'm not gonna be taking care of you, and
Right.
you
But
playing home. When my feet hit the floors, guess what? Your feet need to be hitting the floor, ready to hit the car to crank it up and go to the job like I'm going.
okay, I can dig that. I can dig that. But what if he worked for himself like I do?
Oh, that's different.
I
I'm
ain't going.
talking about the
I
men
ain't
that
going.
just sitting at home
I'm not
chilling.
going at. I'm not going at the house because I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't asked one. I ain't asked them. whew, For I'm just thinking like trying to think like I'm trying. I don't even know the last time I asked one for no money. So
But see, I'm not. I'm talking about the men that ain't doing nothing. He just at home. He got
all
his
my own.
homeboys open. Over, he popping some beers
I
while
don't
you over
know
there
no
scraping
men that
the
don't want to
meds.
do nothing though. I don't know no men that don't want to do nothing. I know men that possibly trying their best and can't. That's different. You see
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
no, it's
That's
that's
different.
why I said homosexuals. It's
Right.
a bunch of
Okay. I didn't. Oh, I didn't hear you
homosexual
say that. Okay. I didn't
pillow
hear you
to
say that.
post type
I didn't.
men.
Right. I didn't
So,
hear you say that. I got
but
you. I didn't.
some women okay with that.
But
So
nah, they shouldn't be okay with that. Them niggas, they shouldn't. Excuse my French out there, y'all. They shouldn't be pleased with that. I don't know who don't want no money. You know what I'm saying?
they ain't got to get no money because the woman paying for them. They chilling.
Man, who don't want their own money then?
It's some people out there. Just
Who
like
don't want
men
they,
and women
who
don't
don't
want
want to be
their
able
own.
to go
They
walk in
expect
the
you to
bank and
go do
grab
it,
them
and
no
they
money?
chill.
Well, them they if a woman know a guy with a mentality like that, if she
Let him
see
go.
he if she see he broke and she meet dating him and he ain't really trying, she supposed to run from him. That's what
Exactly.
because I got a daughter. That's what I'm gonna tell her. If you don't, it's okay for a guy to go through hard shit because I done been through them. I'm not sitting here saying that, but I always try. I always got up and go, got up and like you said, hit my feet hitting the floor running. I came home from the penitentiary. I couldn't rub two nickels together. I ain't gonna sit here and stunt like I could. It
Right.
was over with for me. I was on the run for 4 years, locked up for 4 years. 8 years of my life where I was ducking and dodging, paying. Then when I got caught, paying lawyer
Them
fees, trying
lawyer
to
fees
fight the
hit
case.
different. Ooh.
So when I came home, I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm all. It's almost behind me. I'm just on probation. Let me figure this out. I got some goals set for myself. How am I going to accomplish these goals? And when you figure it out, I had to figure it out. You gotta sit down. For first and foremost, you gotta know God. You gotta pray. You gotta figure a lot of stuff out. But you can't do it on your own. You gotta let God. You gotta let Him lead you. And a lot of people, a lot of times in relationships and things we want to accomplish, we leave God out of it, and that be the
That's
biggest
true.
problem. That be the biggest problem right there.
You
But
know,
we
I
don't
got a
talk about
different
that,
hot. You
huh?
know, I got a different hot seat question. I don't know if you want to get into this one.
I don't care. It's all good. We talking now. Let's run it.
Okay, so they quick to bring up, which I'm gonna say some things. I think there should be a set statute of limitations due
Mm-hmm.
to our memory. So when I
Mm-hmm.
bring this up, I'm gonna say Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and now I'm gonna say Diddy. So let's talk about Diddy and his situation, and we can talk about those other two too. So everybody now coming out the woodwork talking about Diddy beat him. He made a sex slave out of
All thing
people.
I
He
gotta
done
say,
killed some people.
I get the question. The only thing I gotta say is why the let me see how I want to word this because I don't want to offend no female. Let me say this. I'm gonna talk to my females, ladies. If a guy do something to you against your will, something that you didn't sign up to do, go to the police. I'm talking to my
Yeah.
ladies, the free world ladies. I ain't talking to no gangsters and nobody like that and gang and all that. Say all that snitching. No, I'm talking to if somebody did something to my little sister or my mama, they need to go to the police. That's what I'm saying. Don't wait 30 years later. Cause then I'll be looking at your side. It's a possibility that did it happen or did it didn't happen. Is you trying to get money? Or are you not? So just to alleviate all that, just go to the police.
See,
You
I
know, you
could go back to the
know,
money part because I'm like, Cassie, did your money run out? Because even though he,
yeah.
he he did all that stuff, now you want to write a book. Now you suing.
If he did it.
Right, if he did it. But
Because they didn't
because I
sue
can't say
they
he did,
didn't
I
sue.
wasn't there.
Here's what people don't know. They sued his corporations. She sued as an employee. Cassidy didn't sue Diddy. See what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that even raised the eyebrow. Oh, they going after the corporation so they can be okay. She was an employee. Okay, so it got to be some. They didn't sue Sean Combs.
But
Look it
do you
up.
think it's funny that now everybody jumping on the bandwagon? That's the part that I dislike. Soon as somebody
Well,
says
I
something,
do
now
believe,
everybody
I
want to
do
come out the
believe,
window.
I do believe where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm one of them firm believers.
Mm-hmm.
I when I looked out my door right now and seen a lot of smoke, I know it's a fire somewhere around there. I do believe that. But
Yeah.
but who waits 20, 30 years?
Mm-hmm.
If somebody slap you today, you gonna wait 20 years to slap them back?
I'm
No.
slapping them ASAP. It ain't
Thank
gonna
you.
even be no. It's
So,
gonna be some
so
seconds because
thank you.
for my hand to raise up and hit them, that's the amount of time it take.
Thank you. So then we're gonna leave that at that.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yep.
So I need you to shout out your social media, shout out your single, tell us where we can find your wardrobe, the Street Fame Entertainment, and where we
Just
can
follow.
also get Born to
Hey,
Black.
look here. Look here, words. Just follow at Ripcord Bama Boy. All one word. I got links in my bio. All you gotta do is tap it. The clothing link will be added in February for Born Black. Is everywhere on all platforms. Spotify, uh, uh, Apple Music, YouTube Music is everywhere. Born Black and I Don't Know. Those are my two singles. Ripcord I Don't Know and Ripcord Born Black. Go check that out. Support me, man. I'm on Instagram at Ripcord Bama Boy. I'm on Facebook, Ripcord. I'm all over. YouTube channel at Ripcord Bama Boy. All you gotta do is put it in, Google me. You'll find everything.
And we're gonna have to have Ripcord back, but make sure you go cop that single, Born Black. It is definitely a banger. You get the opportunity to hear him sing and just some good, clean music.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Access Unlocked. I'm your girl, Kaye TheTruth, and we're out.
Salute.
Salute.